Drivin Ivan here with the Buick Reatta, specifically a Reatta Convertible from 1990. One of my bucket list cars actually, and I just bought it here in Florida. So now I'm gonna review it. Will I be impressed? Let's find out. Well, looks wise, heck yeah, I'm impressed. Just look at it. It's, I don't know, is it sporty? Is it cute? Is it retro? Yes, all three. And I love all three. To me, it's great looking. And as avid viewers know, it's blue. And all my cars are blue if I get to choose. If you want to know what else I own and drive, then just Google what does Drivin Ivan drive, or any other car for that matter. But every angle of this Reatta to me is classic. Really, really nice shape. It was really designed to be convertible from the start, but it took them until the 1990 model year from 1988 to actually do it and make it happen. Note the pop-up headlights too. I'm pretty sure that this is the perfect Florida car. Cool shape, top-down fun, a bit of luxury, certainly quick enough, and certainly comfortable enough too. I think it looks great top up or top down. So yeah, just from looks alone, I am thrilled to now own this Reatta. Stepping inside, you'll see that there's some cushy seats, a little bit of wear on them, and a little tear here, but all in all, for a car that's this old, 30 years old, I'd say it's in pretty good shape in the interior. Everything from the day, period correct, late 80s, early 90s. We'll get to the cool dash in a second, but wow, just check it out. Certainly a timepiece. Absolutely love it. Standard GM parts bin stuff, and they really thought of everything. Look, it's got storage in the back here. That's how you release the tonneau and the top. We'll get to that. Also, more storage over here. So funny that it was designed for cassettes and that sort of thing back then. CDs too. A place to hold coins, of course, and then an ashtray and actually a cigarette lighter too. Interesting readout for the 4-speed transmission here, and some additional storage back there, and as I mentioned, the CD player. Cool. Lots of controls for the seats on the side here, and power windows and locks too. That was all the luxury back then. And look, a glove box with a popper for the fuel tank and the trunk too. I'm not sure if these were supposed to be the cup holders there or what. Ha, check it out. Start it up, and you don't even have to keep your foot on the brake like you do nowadays. But look at this. Oh man, digital dash greatness. You've got to love that. Look at this. Battery charge, temperature, speedometer, tachometer, oil pressure, gas gauge, all digital. That is so cool. Really, really neat. Dated now, but back then it was very, very advanced, and really, really cool. Light controls there, like I said, for the pop-up headlights. Check it out. That is just awesome. Definitely a timepiece, and very, very, very cool nowadays too, I think. So there you go. Lots of luxury, lots of comfort too, I think, and really a lot of tech for the day. But there's got to be a drawback, right? Convertibles never have big trunks, do they? Well, look, it's actually pretty big considering that the top folds down sort of back there, so it's very, very deep. And one other cool thing is, look, it's got the service manual that came with it. Really, really nice. Plus the manuals too. Really nice to have. Great to have the service manual, but also the owner's manual too. Look at this. It's got a pen, and look, craftsman's log. It tells you who did the paint finish, the body fit, instrument panel, steering column. Man, that is cool. Interior trim, drivetrain and brake system, and approval to ship. It's even got the cards of probably the people that sold it originally, and lots more stuff in the pocket here. Good to have the service manual and owner's manuals too with the car. Definitely an added plus. All right, here you go. Powering the Reatta is a fuel-injected 3.8-liter V6. It produces 165 horsepower, 210 pound-feet of torque, and it's a couple hundred pounds heavier than the hardtop, but still 0 to 60 in like 9.2 seconds. So not super quick, but for the day it was plenty of power, and certainly a very comfortable cruising car as well. Fuel economy, 19 and 25. I think it's rated at like 20 miles per gallon overall. Notice even the light works really, really cool. And I did check on oil maintenance and that sort of thing. It was regularly serviced where I went to see the car. And notice these braces here. They actually did a lot to make sure that the chassis was pretty stiff for the convertible version. So that's pretty cool. So it's the perfect Florida day. Not too hot, not too cold. So you can certainly have the top down all day and all night here. And the Buick Reatta is probably the most perfect car to do it in. I've seen lots of these in and around Florida, just cruising around with the top down. In fact, I might have even seen this very same one because it was in this area last time I was here, and it was not for sale then. In fact, I think I got a picture of it. I'll look in my archives and see. But to me, the Buick Reatta was extremely desirable. I do like the Cadillac Alante, and that one actually was twice as much as this. You were getting up into the 30,000s with this car back in 1990, whereas the Alante, designed by Pininfarina, but still a two-seat convertible from GM, Cadillac actually, it was actually over $50,000. So this was a bit of a bargain at the time, even at $35,000 or so, even though it seems expensive. But it had a lot going for it. A very reliable and pretty powerful 6-cylinder engine, 3.8 liter, and lots of luxury for the day. Power windows, power door locks. It's actually a manual top, but you can release it with power. There's a button for that. And so it was pretty advanced. And the digital dash was just redesigned. There were some complaints about some digital components of the earlier dash layout, and they fixed it for this convertible when they released it. They also put in, you know, extra stiffening. ASC actually did the conversion, American Sunroof Corporation, and so they supervise that, and they've got a wealth of experience in building convertibles. So this was conceived to be a convertible the whole time. It also has an airbag, so that's pretty advanced, and anti-lock brakes. Pretty much all the safety you could get back there in 1990, except maybe side airbags, but still very, very luxurious and a very safe car in terms of what was being offered at the time. So it's always been interesting to me, and it's been on my bucket list for a while. This one popped up literally yesterday, and I quickly got in touch with the person selling it and made the deal happen very quickly. So there you have it. Like I said earlier, if you want to know what I drive, I've got 26 cars or so right now. This is number 26, believe it or not. But just Google what does Drivin Ivan drive and check out my videos. You'll see in my videos what I'm reviewing when I buy it. And I just love these cars, and you know, I'm at the age where, you know, I'd like to do the things that I want to do. My father died when I was 19 of a heart attack, and he was a bit older than me, but not much. So I want to live my life, and I love cars, and I like to drive them. I like to do videos on them, and this is just such an enjoyable car to me. A bucket list car, and it was so desirable. And it's blue, and all my cars, when I can pick them, are blue. So you don't see these in blue too often. It's a rare color, I think. And in terms of numbers, wow, only about 2,400 and change of these convertibles were made in 1990 and 1991 before they discontinued the car. So this is a really, really rare car, and I think it's a collectible and a future collectible. I can't see it getting any cheaper than it is right now, because it does offer a lot, especially if you live in a warm climate and you can have the top down all the time. Man, it's a really great contender. About 20 miles per gallon, that's not so great, but still it's pretty much on par with things these days. And it's a heavy, solid car. It's not like a real light Miata that you feel kind of unsafe darting around in sometimes. But this one is substantial, and you don't have to suffer. Very comfortable. You can certainly find a comfortable seating position with all the adjustments for the seats. So that's a good thing. Anybody can be comfortable in this car. Great vision all around. Anywhere you look, you can see out of this car, especially with the top down. And I just think it's a great looking car too. And you know, you don't see a lot of them on the road, so I like driving things that other people don't have, and this is one of them. It's got that uniqueness, which I absolutely love. And in terms of actual price, well, you could probably get a parts car for right around $1,000, maybe $1,500, who knows. But I've seen them selling as high as close to $10,000 online, and I'm sure they've gotten more in private party sales, the super low mileage ones. Every one that I've seen advertised right now is right around $10,000. So this one is high mileage, and it was certainly a maintained car. So that's important when you're buying any used car. Make sure that it was maintained. And this one was, I think, well loved by its owner. I think it was the guy's wife, and I think she drove it a lot, and unfortunately she passed away. And so pretty much a picker, I think, got it, and he basically flipped it to me. And so that's the story on this one. I'm trying to get more receipts from the garage where they did the oil change, but the oil was changed just 1,000 miles ago. So this one was taken care of. And like I said, that's what you want in your used car, and certainly in your used 30-year-old Buick Reatta Convertible. Yeah, this dash is just so cool. And the air conditioning even works, which is important for a Florida car. But let's see how it does. I could just stare at this digital dash all day long, but let's stare at it and see how fast it accelerates. You ready? Spins the tires, little torque steer. It's pretty torquey. Yeah, certainly got enough get up and go to keep up with Florida traffic. Nice. And in terms of visibility, yeah, really, really nice. Not too much character looking out over the hood until, of course, you pop those lights. That's pretty cool. But yeah, kind of a standard view of the day. It's a pretty aerodynamic shape too. Nice. Just going around in a circle here, and the steering is definitely super power assisted, easy to steer. Not as easy as, say, like a 1970 Cadillac or something like that, that you could literally steer with one finger. But certainly very, very light steering effort. And again, that's part of the luxury of the day. Pretty cool to check out the lights in this thing. Look, it's got parking lights, it's got fog lights, and of course, la pièce de résistance, the headlights. Really cool. Okay, here's what it's like with the top up. You can still basically see out the back, no issues. And blind spot like normal where the convertible is, but it's definitely insulated and quiet in here. And with the working air conditioning, a very usable car here in Florida, even when it's close to 100 degrees out, no problem. So there you have it, the 1990 Buick Reatta, which is now happily mine. A great two-seat convertible. A great classic, I think. It's 30 years old now. You can register as a classic. Cheap to keep. Pretty cheap to maintain. You should be able to source parts fairly easily. And certainly with the engine and transmission. A lot of other cars from GM had the same layout. So there you go. I think it's an affordable classic. I think it's a smart classic. And I think it's definitely a great, great convertible cruiser that you can own for not much money. Truly affordable, classic car with a lot of panache. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out all my other car videos, disc golf videos that I've shot here in Florida as well. Just Google Drivin Ivan in any car. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out my literal video for Chris Isaac's Wicked Game. Also watch my documentaries too and music videos. I'm Drivin Ivan.